Hey guys, welcome to episode 53 of the 4Player podcast. It's Sunday, March 9th, 2008. Woo! Yes, we're here with, this is me, Brad, we're here with
Nick.
And our special guest,
Aaron.
I don't know how long he's going to be around, but he's definitely got some insight on something we've been playing.
Personal expertise he's willing to share with us, I guess.
Alright, so we usually start off the show with what we've been playing, or impressions as we like to call it, so
yes.
Why don't... You only play like Smash, so we'll do you last when we talk about what have you been playing, Nick.
Let's see. I play a little more Lost, but
no, tell us about Lost the game. Don't move on.
You really want me to go into detail on Lost?
Yes, go into detail on Lost, as in the TV show Lost.
As in yes, Lost. First of all, it's a bad sign. They put Lost, the video game.
The action-adventure game without action.
No, it's the action-adventure non-game. Actually,
is it a drama?
Actually, yeah, it's more of a drama than a game.
CSI or something.
Yeah, something like that. There's not very much gameplay, per se. You explore, find clues, pick up random items, and talk to people, and then they tell you where to go.
Have you met the dude from Lord of the Rings yet?
Of course I've met the dude from...
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's one of the main characters in the show, but he doesn't play a
cool.
huge part in the game.
Do they do all their own voices in the game?
No.
Really?
No, only like 4 or 5 of them. The rest are like... poor.
I'm pretty sure he's done his voices in like the other Lord of the Rings games. What's that got to say about that?
I think he was one of the ones that did it. I've only seen him like once in the game, but otherwise, the game.
He needs work.
Yeah, it's quite possible. But I'm a huge Lost fan.
All right, Lost game. What else have you been playing? Well, no. So like, have you been enjoying it? Is it?
I'm 3 episodes. I mean, I'm more interested in the story and like the story aspect.
All right, are you satisfied with your purchase?
Probably not. Probably not with the full. Probably not the full $60 that I spent.
Or, $60?
Well, not by discount. Probably more like.
No, but it wasn't like a discounted game.
No, it wasn't a budget title. No.
Those assholes.
Yeah.
For some reason, I keep envisioning that when I think of Lost, I think of the Indiana Jones game for the Xbox, which is actually pretty good. So I probably should be thinking about it. But for some reason, I think, oh, they're going to steal from a genre and like put its own skin on it.
See, the reason, I mean, it's not a budget title. It actually has some pretty high production values in terms of the voice actors. That graphics are actually pretty damn good, especially for a licensed game.
Yeah.
But the gameplay is just not really there. It's just more. I'm looking at it simply more of as a extension of the show and to offer me a little more insight of the show. So.
Okay.
Once it's over, I'm never going to play it again, probably. So.
Yeah, no replay value.
Yeah,
so it's one of those side things where you have to play to like get the full picture in the story now
probably
because
so, yeah.
of contracts and money. Like Star Wars side projects, like little anime series that you have to know about to know why that robot in the 3rd new Star Wars is all like breathing heavily, shit like that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
The big robot that
Grievous, General
Grievous, yeah. He comes in, he's all like, he has cancer or something, like lung cancer, and you don't know why because you know nobody watched that little anime series in between the 2nd and 3rd movie. Hate shit like that.
Did you watch the little anime series?
No, I didn't.
You're pretty specific.
Yeah, I was like, why is this guy in charge? He has breathing problems.
You seem to know a lot about this character.
No, I mean I know of the anime series. I think I found out about afterwards, but
okay,
whatever. He wasn't that cool because of that.
So that's just kind of what I'm playing here and there.
All right.
I'm playing God of War: Chains of Olympus.
How's it?
It's really good. It's just not. It's more of the same, and it's I obviously know it's going to be short now.
More of the same, but 4 hours long?
Yeah, it's 4 hours of more of the same that we've already played.
But God of War games.
But God of War, it's good. It's the gameplay's there, and even though they took away an analog stick, it still works just as well.
Okay. Well, so outside of the fact that the series kind of sucks, it has a lot of replay.
Did you just say God of War kind of
completely
sucks?
overrated.
Wait,
sorry.
let me guess what you're going to compare it to. Devil May Cry.
Anything. How about Ninja Gaiden? How about
Ninja Gaiden.
Anything with the sword? It just, lacks depth. Heavenly Sword. I had more fun with Heavenly Sword than I did with...
Me too. And
because they had Kai in there,
I think if it wasn't for all the mythological references in the game, I wouldn't stick with it.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, God of War's not a bad game. It's just way overrated.
Yeah, that's very, very true, very true. But it is, in terms of people are saying it's probably one of the best PSP games out there right now, I do kind of agree with that. They shrunk it down to a portable system and took away an analog stick, and it still works just as well. So
it definitely looks nice.
And there's already, I don't know what the hell the big deal with the hot coffee thing in Grand Theft Auto with the sex minigame is, but there's a sex minigame almost just like that. 10 minutes into the game.
I saw like some video of it, and like the women's bodies, it looked more like less. You know what I'm saying?
Or,
yeah, no, they looked more like real women. Does that make sense?
No.
Yeah.
But,
all right.
I think I know what you're saying, but what the only difference between this game and the hot coffee game in Grand Theft Auto is that the camera's not focused right on you as you're banging these two chicks.
Okay.
So, and it's like you push a button. You push a button to make him like
We know
thrust.
in Indigo Prophecy or Fahrenheit as they call it in the UK, the version that we didn't get, they actually had like a full interactive sex minigame. We actually had sex on camera, not hiding.
So actually,
like a minigame.
so
And it was a
actually
lot worse than
enforces-
hot coffee. Yeah. Well, and
So,
some people say it's actually a good game. I think it's shit.
But I should
It's
import
shit.
this because there's a playable sex scene.
I think the chick you bang is like pretty awesome.
I love how we're using such polite terms here. The chick you bang is.
Bang. That's how it goes. Okay, so what else? God of War. I might pick that up.
The main ones I'm playing are God of War and Lost. I did pop in Oblivion yesterday because I want to. I watched you do your Oblivionathon.
Oblivionathon.
So here's something I want to jump into really quick
Yeah.
because I had been playing my PS3 and my PSP for a while, and I hadn't turned my 360 on, so I was like, I'm gonna go play Oblivion. So I go to open the disc tray. What does it do?
Red Ring?
Red rings.
Are you shitting
After
me?
I just got my system back.
You're 360 Red
No,
Ring?
no, but after that I turned it off. After I stopped panicking, I unplugged
It's
it.
your AV cable.
I unplugged it and then I put it back in. The power cord, turned it on, and it worked fine.
Holy
So-
shit, dude.
so let's
was it 3 rings?
Yes, it was 3 rings.
You're fucked, dude.
I know. So here's the thing.
Okay.
This is my question. I'm debating this whether to do this tomorrow or the next day. Should I take my 360, trade it in, and buy an Elite while it's still working? Because I played Oblivion.
You trade it in.
I traded it in GameStop.
You get like shit credit for it?
Well, what are you?
Why wouldn't you just send it back? So say this is like the
How
third
are-
time or whatever, and like I know y'all have.
They know it's not my third time. First of all, they know it's my second.
You know what? It doesn't. That's. You could say you have multiple Xboxes. Just lie. I'm serious. Just like
They go by serial number.
say, can I speak to your manager? And then when they could bring somebody else, say, can I speak to your manager? Just keep going. Eventually, you'll get somebody, maybe who can. I'm telling you, if you're nasty enough on there but firm,
I'm a nice person.
fucking idiot. Microsoft is fucking you, and you don't even realize it, man. I'm telling you, if you
realize
argue
it.
enough, you can get them to send you one of those ones with the what do they call it? There's a certain model of chip or whatever.
Oh, the new chipset?
Yeah, the new chipset.
I know.
Try to get one of those.
But why not just
It's
upgrade to an Elite? And I don't have to worry.
Upgrade. You're losing money,
It's more polite.
But I'm getting a bigger hard drive, and I don't have to worry as much about the red.
and you're spending hundreds of dollars on something that you shouldn't have to spend on.
$200.
Just $200. The hard drive costs less than that.
True.
All right, moving on.
But no idea is nice. I played Oblivion for like 2 hours after that happened, so I don't know if maybe my power cable was just loose. Because you know how when you first call...
No, dude. It's not the power cable. It's if the AV cables aren't plugged in, it'll give you a red ring, but it's all 4. If you have 3 red rings, it red ringed on you, I think. It's just, it went back on, maybe? Did it go back on?
Yeah.
Because it always does that, I think.
No. The first time it happened, like, when the red ringed, I'd turn it off, turn it back on. It would play for like 2 minutes, and then it would start freezing and glitching again. I played for 2 hours on the Oblivion.
Fucking call Microsoft, it's gone.
Fuck.
Just call Microsoft, dude.
I don't want to wait another month to play Oblivion.
Why
I just started like a sixth time.
Listen. I don't want to spend too much time on this. If you go to Best Buy or Circuit City, you can buy an Xbox 360 for like 30 days. I mean, still return it within 30 days, maybe 15 at the least. But I know you have that much.
What's your point? Why?
Well, just send it into Microsoft. If you really want to play an Xbox, go buy one and just return it later.
I can't do that.
It's not illegal. It's
I didn't
just
say it's
a loophole.
illegal. I didn't say it's illegal. But okay.
Okay, whatever. Moving on. What else have you been playing? Oblivion. So you didn't get to play it.
I played for 2 hours. I got out of the serious center of the world, killed some shit, and
Cool.
then I had to go to work for the Smash Bros. Launch. So
Smash Bros. Launch. Okay,
Which
we'll get
is-
to that in a second.
okay, yeah.
Real
Yeah,
quick,
That's all.
what I've been playing. I've been playing a little bit of Patapon. It's pretty cool. Yeah. If you really want to watch, get more in depth, it's hard to explain Patapon. So if you don't know about it, we have a highlight video. Sorry, guys, listening to the podcast, but a highlight video on our JTV site where it has like David playing Patapon for a few hours. If you really want to see what that's all about, it's pretty good. It's just weird and hard to get into. I've been playing a lot of Oblivion. I did my so-called Oblivionathon.
I was like, what is this? Oblivion? I didn't even know how to say it.
Oblivionathon.
Okay.
Or something.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I saw your swimming horse.
My swimming horse.
Yeah, you're like, swim horse, swim in the damn
That wasn't even a highlight. Maybe somebody else.
I think I was watching it live.
But anyways, I got some cool highlights. Y'all should go check that out. But not right now because we're doing a show. And I'm going to talk more in depth later about that. I have a discussion topic. I don't know if you came up with anything.
Yeah, briefly. But.
Okay, cool. I was also playing some Fatal Frame 1, actually.
Yeah, I saw
well, we'll mention Fatal Frame 3 later, maybe in our like JTV Spotlight.
Okay.
But I started playing some Fatal Frame 1. Y'all probably watched it last night and maybe last weekend. I set up the little night vision cam so you can see me. Come on, guys. It's a scary game. Y'all are talking shit in chat saying, oh, look at this guy. He's screaming like a girl. Can you move that? It's bothering me. And it might distract me. I'll manga. It's a good anime. Yeah, I'm kind of a wuss. But seriously, I don't like this whole gamer's bravado, you know. Let's play at the highest difficulty. Let's never complain about how hard something is, or never get scared. You know, I'm brave or whatever. Yeah. That shit's a scary fucking game, man.
It's creepy, especially if you're playing by yourself.
It's not creepy. That shit is terrifying. But anyways, check out the highlights if you want to see more about that. If you don't know what Fatal Frame is, it's a survival horror game. You walk around with the girl as a camera, and yeah, it's cool.
To sleep.
One other thing I've been playing. I've been playing an import DS game called Somabringer. It's sort of a Japanese RPG, but it plays sort of like a Diablo. Right, dude, you gotta like stand up or something. I don't care.
You can't just keep going.
You can't just keep kicking your foot.
I won't keep.
Somabringer. It's not over here yet, but it's going to, and this is really cool. About a year ago, maybe little less than a year ago, Nintendo bought Monolith Soft, which was formerly like some SquareSoft employees. They're the guys who worked on the Xeno. When they were Square, they worked on like Xenogears and stuff. Like the president, what's his name, Tetsuya Takahashi. He worked on stuff like Chrono Trigger and stuff, but he was the lead designer on Xenogears. When he broke away, he formed Monolith Soft, and they were kind of, Namco bought a big share in them, and they did. What? You're so fucking distracting.
I'm not.
They bought they did the Xenosaga series, and later they did the Baten Kaito series for the GameCube.
Yes.
Well, last year Nintendo bought them from Namco, and now they became a first-party company for Nintendo, which is fucking good because all Nintendo does is the same shit, and now they can start doing cool stuff like Japanese RPGs. And this is like their first project, I guess, under Nintendo. I guess the first major project, and it's for the DS. It's called Somabringer. Japanese RPG, but it plays more like a Diablo type game. It's a dungeon crawler, and you can pick your class, and you level up like different trees, just like in Diablo. Like if you're a mage, you got different elemental trees and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of cool classes, and it's a cool hack and slash, and it's got really high production values. It's probably the best looking DS game I've seen to date.
Is this something you imported?
Yeah, it's a import DS game.
I'll have to see this.
I'll show it to you some other time. But I'm telling you, it's really fucking fun because I love Diablo, and it's just like Diablo, except it's got like hot Japanese chicks, you know, like anime style.
I'm in.
So it's cool. I highly recommend. I don't know if you want to import it because it is an RPG, but really it's less of an RPG, more of a dungeon crawler. So I don't think this story is all that important. It looks like they kind of phoned in the story. And if you go to options, you could do skip story scenes, so you actually don't even have to. You could just skip all of it and just play the game for pure gameplay.
You had me at.
I mean, who plays Diablo like for the story? Seriously, except Nick.
But maybe that's why I never played Diablo.
What?
About that?
Fucking Diablo 2 is awesome. Lords of Destruction, baby. All right.
Don't ever call me that again.
Yeah. Anyways, it's cool. I'm glad to see Monolith Soft, even though I wish they were on still making stuff for Sony and shit like that. Whatever. They can make stuff for the Wii now. Yay. The DS is pretty cool. The DS needs more RPGs. If you go to the site, I did the Brad's Radar thing. Yeah. And I don't know if you saw that, but half of those games are DS RPGs. So I'm glad to see that the DS is finally getting some real RPGs, which is kind of cool. So let's move on. That's what we've been playing. Oh no, wait, we've been playing Smash Brothers. That's why Aaron's here to give you expert advice. Smash Brothers.
And that's the only reason he's here.
Well,
no input.
Well, what have you been playing besides Smash Brothers?
Gradius 3.
Gradius 3! Actually, that's pretty cool. This guy plays Gradius 3 every fucking day.
Is this where you're trying to work up to beating it on one life? Or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
This guy's y'all don't know about him yet, but he's the one life kid. Is that what we came up with?
Yeah.
The one life kid, man.
The one-upper.
The one-upper. But you gotta say it in that cool accent.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, he's in training right now, but basically we're going to start a series of features where he beats multiple games in one life, and I guess he's starting with the Gradius series. He plays it like every day, but really because he loves it. And he's beat it in one life before, right?
Yeah, I thought I'd help these guys out.
It should be interesting. It's better than beating a series of easy games in 48 hours like other guys. But
hey, asshole!
It takes memorization skills. It really does.
Yeah. So we'll see. It should be pretty cool. But let's move. What are you?
I'm looking at you evil because I know what you were referring to. You jack.
Yeah. No, I mean it's cool. They do it for charity. No, seriously, we'll do one upper for charity.
That's what they all do.
And
one upper for me.
And if he doesn't beat it,
donate money to Aaron's fund.
We were even thinking of an idea where if he doesn't beat it in one life, we give money to like the audience or something.
Yeah, otherwise it all goes to me.
Something crazy like that.
Yeah,
maybe just money to charity.
You better not lose.
Fund my college.
But we're saying like placing. Is that like gambling or whatever? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll take bets.
More details in the future, but be careful because he's really good. Yeah, we've been playing Brawl. Brawl.
Brawl's okay.
Came out last night.
Last night.
Came out at midnight. I went and picked it up. Got some Taco Bell. Had a nice little night. Went and got some Taco Bell. Went and picked up Smash Bros. Came home. First thing I did. We got Brawl. We came home. First thing we did was went to the GameCube. Played some Melee. That's symbolism, fellas.
Oh just so you know, this guy and his friends, they play Melee like fucking every day, dude. Like for hours, man.
3 times a week.
For them, Melee is the water of the video game world. They drink it a lot.
It's a game that can think as fast as you do, which is one of the reasons why we're kind of upset about Brawl, is because I feel like I'm thinking faster than the game is. Melee was to the fucking touch. You can wave dash, you can pick up items as you're jumping. So far I've noticed this game you can't do that. L canceling, I'm not even sure if you can do yet.
These are advanced technique guys. I don't know what you're talking about. L canceling.
Yeah, I don't know what any of these moves mean. That's why we need you here.
But seriously, why? I mean, so it's slower now, you know?
It so far. Maybe there's some hidden element I can't find in it. Maybe the physics, I gotta mess with it more and find out what's more in depth with that. Some things I've noticed I can do with Zelda. You know, she can float a little bit more. They didn't. When you press down in Melee, you have this drop.
Yeah, you fast fall.
Yeah, you fast fall. There you go. But in this game so far, you can't really do
So basically, you can't combo all your cheap shit together that you've been doing? Well, no, I mean...
cheap you say, or thinking as fast as hand-eye coordination is...
I'm a tech player, I understand. But, so I noticed your friends, like, leaving kind of early last night. Like, y'all really just weren't enjoying it that much?
I was tired. I told them to go home.
To
be quite honest, I said, get out of my house, I'm going to sleep.
Well, so do you think it's broken? Do you think you'll never enjoy it, or do you think you'll eventually enjoy it?
I don't know. The reason I'll play this game a lot now is because other people are playing it. If people are playing Melee just as much as they're playing this, and both of them are out, I would be playing Melee.
Really?
But people are going to be playing this, so I'll play this.
That's true.
It'll always go back to Melee.
Have you tried online play at all?
No, I have not. Actually, a friend of mine, John Rogers.
Yeah.
That was him on the phone earlier.
Rogers' a good guy.
Yeah, he wants to, hook it up so we can play. He lives in San Antonio. And I like to play him Smash Bros. Yeah,
and it's cool because you haven't seen him in a while, and you can communicate.
Yeah,
you can talk to him while you're playing, right?
Exactly.
Wait, you can't. Oh, thanks, Nintendo.
I was about to be like, Brad.
Oh man, get my hopes up.
That's but
no, there's no communication, right?
I mean,
or you can set up chat bubbles like owned and stuff. But yeah, that's what I hear a lot of people are doing. They're setting up Smash Brothers to play online, and then they're both hooking up their Xboxes, putting on their Xbox headset, and communicating over Xbox Live while they play Smash Brothers.
You could communicate through the taunts.
Through the taunts? That's all you need to know, right?
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
What else are you going to be communicating besides taunts? Q and things like that.
So. Okay, well, so what about... I saw you playing the Subspace Emissary today. Tell me about that. That's a single-player mode?
I started off... I was being... I don't know, cocky or good. Either way, I started on. I started
what
on,
the hell?
I started on
being
intense.
Cocky or good, somewhere in there.
I started on intense, which is the maximum one, and so far it's difficult, but not as difficult as I'd like it to be for the maximum difficulty.
For the record,
for Melee, it was hard on very hard or
really?
expert. Yes, it was.
Like
when
the
I first
adventure
started. Yeah. When I first started playing that game, that was very hard. Now it's whatever. But this, it's kind of, I want the game to be better than I am all the time.
Yeah.
And I want to work up to it.
I came in this morning and he had already like golded or all the challenges.
Yeah, all the in event matches.
Yeah,
did all those on max difficulty already.
I don't know.
You're a machine, Aaron. You're a machine.
It's just they dumbed it down, man.
Nintendo's actually been saying when they were developing this game, they were developing it with the intention of making it appeal to a wider audience.
Yeah.
They were intentionally dumbing it down.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that like they were saying that like a year ago or so.
Which to me is probably the reason why, because this is the first Smash Bros. I've ever actually owned. I never bought the one for the N64.
Really?
I never bought Melee. Even though I kept telling myself to do it, I never did it.
I've been playing since 64. I was all excited when the GameCube one was coming. I remember getting that.
So for me, since I suck for the N64 and I suck a little bit on Melee, I think I might not quite suck as bad on this one. So for me,
well, if you skip Melee, you'll probably be okay with it because it's mostly the big Melee players that are what's it called? Complaining about this new one.
Yeah, I mean, I got to play at the midnight launch. I actually got to play 2 matches because we were randomly letting people play, and I won both my matches.
Really?
I had never had that feeling. I was like, yeah,
there you go. Apparently,
turn
it into a shallow fighting game again, so anybody can win.
That. So it's really, I think this game is going to appeal more to people who haven't really been good or didn't play the other ones.
Yeah, but there's people listening going, it's just Smash Bros. You're supposed to have fun, but what you don't know is that some people don't know out there is that this has like a really strong like competitive scene, and like if you watch videos of like these PES people playing, you'll see stuff that like you never thought was possible like in this game. I saw like
good example. I was playing my friend Mike once, who was actually over here yesterday when I picked it up. One time it was during Melee. I saw him, no joke, just threw his controller against the wall because I kept beating him, and it just shattered.
In Melee?
Yeah. Melee. I just kept beating him over and over and over with different people. It wasn't always the same person.
You're a jerk. You're probably taunting him. What He broke your controller.
I was growing bored of lives. I was like 1 to 3. I was like, I grow bored of this.
Was it like quick silence in the room, like just staring at the wall at the used to be your GameCube controller?
No, it was his GameCube controller.
Oh, okay. In that case,
I was over at his place.
I laughing, right?
I laughed at him and I was like, "Come on!"
Here's the interesting thing about like competitive Smash too, because you can go up against like a really really good Tekken fighter, and if you really kind of stick with it, you might eventually get his life bar down and win like a round. Maybe not a whole match, but you win a round. If you go up against like a really good Smash player, like one-on-one, at the end of the day, you can hit him with stuff, but you still have to knock him off the stage. And if you're not playing with like items and stuff, and you're playing on a normal stage, it's really, really, really hard to beat somebody like Aaron when he wants to win. You know what I mean?
Which is how we play with no items.
Yeah.
And
when I heard about the tournament that GameStop and your games were having,
items were on.
No, items were off. But here's the thing, I was starting to wonder. I was like, is this really going to be? I thought it was going to be like an even playing field. I was like, I mean, except for those people who imported it and might have played it, they're probably going to be playing on a GameCube controller. And obviously, we were required to make everyone use a Wii remote.
Oh, jeez.
So I was like, that's going to make everyone kind of suck all in the same
deal. Yeah.
But then again, I had a friend that I've known that I haven't seen in like 5 or 6 years, but I've known him. I know back when I used to hang out with him a lot. Yeah. He played for the N64 and he played Melee a lot, and he would own anybody who played him at all. Like, it was no point playing because he'd whoop your ass every time. So I was like, I wonder how good he's going to do. So he showed up for the tournament last night, which is kind of a cool surprise, and he won. Huh. I was like, and he had to play with the Wii remote just like everybody else. He did not import it.
Yeah, I forgot about that. When was that?
That was last night at 10 o'clock.
Oh, shit, dude.
He showed up at like midnight, like, hey. I was like, oh, I was wondering when you were going to show up.
Why didn't you compete, man?
I forgot about it.
Won. If I can win 2
Tell
matches,
me about it.
Those game store tournaments, man.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I should have remembered.
I think I told you about it on the way to Houston.
That was my fault.
Dallas.
Yeah, probably I was
wasn't the best time to tell you. Okay.
Because he was very sleepy.
But,
yeah. So Smash Brothers, I mean, he's kind of down on it. That and the Subspace Emissary is like insanely long. Adventure Mode in Smash Brothers Melee, you could beat in like 15 minutes or something like that.
You know what you're doing.
I'm personally excited about this game just because I don't know any other Smashes, and it's the first one I've actually purchased.
Do you know the single player mode is like freaking 6 to 8 hours? Like if you're going fast.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a long mode. I mean, this guy like, how many hours have you been playing versus percentage?
It's been about 3 hours. I got about 30%.
30% he's been playing for 3 hours. That's ridiculous.
Wow,
Yeah.
I was not expecting that from this game.
It's like that's like twice as long as God of
And
War.
it's
But I'm also playing. I'm also playing on maximum difficulty, and I haven't. This is the first
That
time.
didn't look so easy. I tried to join in, and I was all like getting my ass kicked.
Slowing me down.
I was just like, you know what? I think I'll just watch. It was hard, dude. It was really hard.
That's nuts, man.
But I was getting through it. I mean,
so that's Smash Brothers. We're gonna move on here, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything else to say. I think it's kind of cool. One of my favorite features is the music section because there's like once you unlock everything, there's like freaking 6 to 8 songs for every like character's world and everything, and it's just they had made some really really cool choices. And I especially like the Dark World theme from Zelda, and like they have the Snake Eater theme from Metal Gear Solid.
I mean, I really like all the different levels they chose and how much it's constantly changing and you're playing and stuff.
Oh, the fucking WarioWare stage is crazy.
It's brilliant, except for that last stage we played, whatever the hell that was.
Brilliant.
Yeah, what the hell?
But British?
What did I say something?
yeah, it was brilliant.
It's brilliant, I tell you.
Brilliant.
Well,
I don't know. I kind of bust into that every once in a while. Sorry.
Somebody called me a tosser today.
Anyways,
British chap.
I have one more thing to add. I just hope that for Smash Bros. On Wii, it'll be a staple for more people to play Melee, or perhaps they can redeem themselves by putting out like a faster one for the next one.
What-
just using this to get people to play.
people who didn't play Melee will probably pick up Brawl, play through it, master it, beat it, and be like, oh, I wonder what the other ones were like.
Here's the interesting thing. At EVO, like the big fighting games tournament,
Yeah.
like that they hold every year, they're very picky about what fighting games they allow in, like, to participate, because they only allow like pretty well respected fighters. And sometimes you'll see if a fighting game comes out with a sequel that's just not all that good, kind of broken, maybe not very balanced, or just not very good at high level play, they won't allow it, and they'll keep playing a previous version, or they'll just keep playing that previous version because they know, even if they allow the new one, because they know not that many people like it all that much. I'm curious because I think they've been playing Melee the past couple of years, like how they're going to receive Brawl, or if they're just going to keep playing Melee. If you see them playing both Melee and Brawl at the next EVO, that's a sign that, in terms of the competitive community, that they're not really liking Brawl, and I think that might happen, which is kind of interesting. You should try to train for EVO, dude.
Yeah, we'll see what
That'd
happens.
be crazy.
I think you would have had a good chance of winning. 'Cause most people that played last night in that tournament.
That was a game store tournament.
The only person that would have stood a chance against you was probably my friend that I knew a long time ago.
God, I was just sitting at home reading too.
He would have pwned.
Man, I know that's what's so upsetting about it.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
He
It's
would
all
have pwned
good.
that guy.
It's all good.
Did I tell you about that one time that it was like a Tekken tournament or whatever at a
Yeah.
GameStop, and I go through, I win, of course.
Cocky bastard.
No, well, come on, it's Tekken. It's whatever. It was a game store tournament, and I see like a dude walk in with like his posse or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, y'all had a tournament? I should have registered." So my brother, who happened to be there watching, he goes over talking. He's like, "Come on, man, you want to play him? You want to play him or whatever?" And he's like, "Sure." We set this up, and like this guy's like cocky. He's like his like posse's like cracking jokes or whatever.
Posse.
And I fucking ripped this guy's ass, man. Like like
We're all shocked.
don't give me that perverted look. You know what I mean? Like
Getting scared.
seriously,
You
it was
whooped his
bad.
ass.
It was bad. I went we were playing like best 3 out of 5, and well, I don't think he won anything. It was embarrassing. And I could tell he knew what he was doing, but it also looked like, by the way he was playing, he kind of underestimated me, and I just kind of took advantage of that. And plus, I had been playing all night, so I was all like warmed up. I slaughtered him, and then he was like, "Come on, man, let's play again. Let's play again." I was like, "Nah, man, I got places to beat." I just walked out.
Oh, you cocky bastard.
Well, come on, man. He came in talking shit. He was the one came in talking shit.
I've got places to be.
I got her to leave and play.
No, it's funny too because the guy
Yeah,
was running.
I just picked this up today. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was his fault too
That is
because
once a month.
the guy who was running the tournament, he was kind of like he went up to this guy because he knew the guy in his posse or whatever. He's like, "Be careful, man. This guy's pretty good." But I'm telling you, man, he was totally like, I don't even know if he picked his best character. It was embarrassing.
This guy came from California to come here.
Yeah. Anyways, what the hell are we moving on to? Anyways,
Move it on.
I don't know. You got the scratch pad there.
Why didn't you take notes, Nick?
I've been working on
Oh, David's not here. I'm gonna relax this week.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is our first, out of all 53 episodes.
Yeah, really, it's the first
this is the
episode
first
without David.
episode where David is missing.
Yes. Which
David-
is probably why we don't have music right now.
Yeah. You can blame that on the fact that David's gone, but
Yeah, we usually have some kick-ass tunes.
you got some some kick-ass beats.
I was gonna turn on Smash Brawl and like just play music out of the menu, but
it dimmed the room and
we could have just turned the TV off. Yeah, well.
This is true.
So let's move on to our first discussion topic because I wanted to like bring something up real quick.
Okay.
Because we were talking about Oblivion, right?
Yes.
Yes, that was all.
Yes, I know.
You're very antsy today. Like
you should have seen me.
You
should have seen me at work today. It was horrible. It was terrible.
Yes.
Caffeine.
I was like, I'm not even going to it. It was bad.
I worked a 15-hour shift last week.
Yeah, but
on 3 hours of sleep.
You didn't have people walking in asking for Brawl every 2 seconds, and half of them didn't reserve it.
And when you're like, did you reserve it? And they're like, no, I was supposed to reserve it. I mean, I have to reserve it?
No,
you're like,
that's actually not what happened. Because we got so many reserves, we had plenty to give out to extra people that walked in.
So then why were you pushing those reserves so hard?
Because if we hadn't gotten any reserves, we wouldn't have gotten enough for anybody.
Really? You wouldn't have gotten enough Smash Brothers?
They would have sent it. If we had gotten like...
You would have gotten 2 copies
If we had gotten 5 reserves, they would have sent us
10 It would have become a rare game, like a Shin Megami Tensei game or something.
No, our store would have gotten screwed, so that's all I'm saying.
I'm just kidding. Alright, let's... Yeah, I want to move on to the first discussion topic because... I want to talk about depth and detail in games, because I've been playing the Fatal Frame series. We've been playing Fatal Frame 3, which we'll talk about later, I guess. Or, not at all, really.
we should talk about it a little bit at some point.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit here. And I've been playing Oblivion, and it makes me wonder, and I was thinking about like God of War and some of the shit, else we've been playing. And I was playing Oblivion, and I was thinking, like, just like 1% of the amount of like effort into detail that goes into a game like Oblivion is like not even half of what other games have.
True.
Like in terms of actual game mechanics, what you can do in the game, the amount of freedom.
I can't even imagine the ungodly amount of time it took the developers to come up with all the detail they allowed you to do. Like, just freaking designing your character at the beginning is like an hour-long process.
Yeah, I mean, which is cool and all. And I'm not saying
all
games have to be like that.
Ugly as fuck.
I'm not saying all games have to be like that. But in a game like God of War, it's got a cool presentation, a cool story, cool characters or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're just hacking and slashing like all the way through. There's not too much depth of combat until you get to a boss, and that's basically just getting it to the point where you can do like a quick time event and just making sure you press the
look cool.
They look cool, but I'm saying like in terms of actual like depth of gameplay,
it's not very satisfying,
right?
Because you're not really doing the actions.
I just want to say I just wanted to like mention a couple of the things that happened to me while I was playing Oblivion yesterday during my Oblivionathon. Stay tuned, more this week.
Oh my god.
I was doing this quest, right? And I go into this guild. Spoilers, not really. Fucking, like seriously, you can play through these games like 4 times still, and like never, and keep seeing new stuff.
And fuck, now I am scared I'm not gonna be able to play it for a month again.
You'll be okay. Just watch my Oblivionathon.
No, but that's like making me want to play it even more.
Dude, I did this really cool quest where I go into this guild and like I was thinking, travel to this guild. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to these dudes, and I find like everybody's dead. People are lying on the floor, bookcases are overturned, just kind of on fire, and I'm walking upstairs trying to figure out what's going on. Apparently I was ransacked by some evil necromancers or whatever. And I find this one guy, and like he was invisible, and he comes to talk to me. He's like, oh crap, I'm like the only survivor, But this evil guy, after he killed everybody, even though I was invisible, he looked at me and he smiled. But I could tell, he saw me, but I'm the only one who survived. He's like, my God, I'm getting out of here. He might come back. You need to run too. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I started like running out of town with this guy, and I'm like, oh, where the hell is this guy going? he's just running out of town, right? So I was like, just follow him, right? So I'm following him around the world, and he's literally just running his ass off. And I basically just want to see where he's going, because like, did the developers actually program in like some sort of AI stream for him just to run to a destination? So I'm just running around, the sole survivor of this horrible like event. And like we're running around the world, all of a sudden a bear comes out of the woods and mauls him to death. And like I'm chasing him, and a bear runs out of the woods and kills him. And the bear turns to me, and I just book running. And like it's like the cool thing is like this event only happened because I followed him. This would have never happened if I wasn't there following him. It's sort of like if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there. Right?
Man's attack of the woods by bears.
Is it really happening? Like this guy wouldn't be dead if it wasn't for the fact that I was following him.
Yeah, you selfish bastard.
And I was like, how could the fact that they put that much detail into like the way the AI works and the way the enemies work in this game and the freedom that they have? It was just like a really cool moment where I just kind of stepped back and was like, whoa, Like, this kind of stuff doesn't happen in other games, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's cool because, you know, it's just, it was funny because he was like, I'm the sole survivor of this horrible event, and then he runs off,
to be mauled by a bear.
surviving this necromance warlord, only to be mauled to death by a bear. It was funny.
You highlighted that?
Yeah, and I have a highlight of that if you want to see it.
Gonna check that out.
And it's funny because I'm just running from the bear going, why? I caused this! I caused this!
Oh, man.
But, one other, like...
Oh, by the way, I wish this had happened when when we were recording it, so I could highlight... So first time I played Oblivion, I actually got into it. I was on a horse, and I went into the woods, and I found a goblin, so I was like, I'm gonna fight it. So what do? I decide to throw a fireball at it, but my horse runs right in between me and the goblin, and I light the horse on fire. So the horse gets pissed, chases me across the country. I run for 10 minutes until I find a house. I jump the fence, run into the house, sleep for 24 hours, hoping that, oh my god.
Come out, and the horse is waiting.
I walk out, it's waiting at the gate. I jump the gate, and it keeps chasing me.
Oh my god. So you pissed off that horse. You should have set him on fire.
And you know what the funny thing is? For 5 minutes, I stopped trying to kill the horse, but went up to run from it, and I couldn't kill it.
Oh my god.
I couldn't kill the fucking
My horse died, man. He got in a fight the bear was attacking, a bear came running at me, and I was on my horse. I attacked the horse, so the horse, he went to town on the bear, right? But...
Oh, the animals?
Yeah. I mean, the bear, he fought for me, man. He's fucking valiant, but...
I didn't know there were bears.
He died, man, and my horse is fucking dead now.
I didn't know there were bears in this game. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, I think that's when you level up a little bit. The bears are kind of tough, dude. Also, check out my, do a barrel roll, spelled B-E-A-R. Freaking awesome. One other thing I want to talk about, which I also have a highlight of, just because it's so fucking cool, is I just do this quest, and there's a main quest character for the Mages Guild, right?
Yeah. Which
is a big deal. I mean, he's somebody I've been talking to. He's like a king of one of these towns, right? Mm-hmm. I'm visiting him. I'm doing a quest or whatever. I'm talking to him. He gives me a quest. I'm just hanging out in his room, right? And I'm just bugging with him, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna sit in your throne, right? So I sit in my throne. He's just looking at me, and he just is like, you better get out of here. I mean, literally, he turns to me. He's like, you better. I mean, you're pissing me off or something, right? And I'm thinking, funny, they programmed in some comments or whatever for him to be all smart ass because he knows I'm sitting in his throne. And I'm just sitting there chilling, making fun of him. And all of a sudden, he starts to attack me. This major quest character, who's a huge ally to the Mages Guild, starts chasing me down, because I was sitting in his throne. Not because I attacked him, not because I said anything to piss him off, but literally because I was sitting in his throne for too long. And that kind of fucking detail does not go into most games there. And it's funny because he literally chased me out of town, and I'm just running, and I look back, and I saw him fucking just start running at me, and it just scared the shit out of me. And I go, and I see his little second in command, and she was saying you better get out of here, right? It was crazy. If you watch the highlight, so I just keep running, and eventually, what happens is some guards catch wind of the fact that I was sitting in his throne, and they try to arrest me, which is bullshit. But
I can see you no, I didn't do it. I'm innocent. And I'm putting the handcuffs.
No, so you just resist arrest in the book. But it's funny how you can get whole towns pissed off too.
That is awesome.
When I get powerful enough, I'm just gonna kill them all.
So in terms of depth, the question is, why can't all developers put that amount of?
Well, it's just
maybe not to that extent, but some games
just don't think about it.
Yeah, some games just aren't deep at all.
Why are so many games focused on let's just max out the presentation values. Let's make sure it looks good. It's very cinematic. We have cool characters, but don't really focus on...
Give them a final smash.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, God.
Final smash, there you go. Depth as to, what the the characters can do to interact with the world and the environment and the characters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that's traditional in, Western RPGs, but you just don't see, most developers go to the level of, Oblivion. And it's also depth of presentation. I was thinking of Fatal Frame. And what makes that game really scary is because it creates a really good atmosphere. And I was thinking about, what makes it really atmospheric. And it's the little details of stuff when you go into a room, when you open up a door, it doesn't cut into the next room right away. The camera stays behind you, and you can see into the room a little bit, and you have to walk a little bit forward before the camera changes. So you have that sense of dread of just only being able to see through the door a little bit, not really knowing what's behind there, and getting really, really freaked out.
Instead of just being in front of the door, pushing X to go in, and then all of a sudden you're in the room completely. You have to actually take that step yourself to go in.
Exactly, and it's little details like that which make it all the more scary. Another cool thing is whether something scary is going to happen or not, when you go into a room, the music just cuts out for a second.
Yeah.
Just so you can hear whatever's going on. And sometimes
and
nothing will happen.
It builds back up.
Yeah, the music might slowly build back up. or you might hear a fucking creepy ass voice. I posted a lot of Fatal Frame highlights.
I saw. I didn't get to listen to it. I saw you post one in the doll room.
Yeah, my God, dude.
Oh man.
Sorry, guys. And people were saying, "Oh, he screamed like a girl." But you're not the one playing this game by yourself with the lights out. On live with a live camera feed pointing at you.
The best one you did was the first one that when we were first playing it, just for the fun of it, and or when I was watching you with that live, and you looked over, and there was a cutscene with the little fat girl.
Yeah.
She's standing there, and you're going like, what is this? And she starts walking towards you.
Oh my God!
You freak out, and that
because it was like The Ring.
It was.
That was a creepy thing. When I walked into the fuck, there was like a creepy ass scene too. With oh my God. But let's move on. Like, is there anything else you wanted to talk about today?
I want to talk a little bit about our Fatal Frame 3 at some point, but
Fatal Frame 3. Well, we'll talk about that in our
And I want some more damn advice as to what I should do with my Xbox. Because god damn it.
I think you should send it in, not buy a new Xbox. That's crazy.
But what if I get another one back and the red rings again, which happens? It happens.
Then you send that one back. But that's just how it works. If you want to be an Xbox fan,
but I'm not an Xbox fan. I'm only keeping it so we can fucking play Fable 2 when it comes out. Everything else I can buy on the PS3, or so I can play Mass Effect. The very, very few good 360 exclusives are the only reason I'm keeping it. Everything else I'm playing on the PS3.
Let's move on. I wanted to talk about so Fatal Frame 3. Let's move on to we started a segment last week called our JTV Spotlight. It's because we recently started broadcasting our podcast live on justin.tv/4Player podcast. That's spelled out. There's a link on our site. Just click Watch Us Live and it'll take you there. We're actually doing it now, but nobody's listening to the podcast live.
That's correct.
Anyways,
so
that makes sense. Hi guys. It's a segment basically where we're going to talk about what we're doing in the upcoming week on Justin.tv and what we've been doing.
Okay.
And what we've been doing this past weekend is playing Fatal Frame 3.
Yeah, we put a poll up.
Yeah. That's what I want to get into. We put a poll up last week. People want to vote for
which game we play through next.
Which game we play through next, and it's funny because Fatal Frame 3 kind of swept. I mean, it nearly had 50% of the votes.
Raped everyone else in the poll.
It raped. There's no quotes for rape.
Well, shut up. Yeah, it raped Doom 3, it raped Fear, it raped...
Which is interesting, because I noticed when we started, people were kind of excited at first, and then they're like, well, this isn't that cool. You know what I mean?
But I think the reason for that is that not many people know what the game is, mainly because the game's freaking rare.
Yeah.
It's hard to find. The only reason I have it is because I bought it day one.
Yeah.
Because I reserved it.
You reserved it. Reserve your games, guys.
Don't go to Walmart.
Let's not get started on reserving. Oh man.
So it's interesting because, like you said, I think most people voted on it because so few people actually played it. Maybe people were too scared or they had heard about it. It wasn't a game that sold very well, to be honest, and it is kind of rare.
It's one of those titles that's under the radar.
Well, I think Condemned was more of a success because not only is it scary, but it sort of has that raw, visceral action. You know what I mean?
People want to see the act. I was really surprised Fatal Frame 1 because it's not. I mean, while it's creepy, it's not very fast paced.
Yeah,
it's certainly slower than most things we've been playing. So. What the heck?
It's spelled B-E-A-R, barrel roll. My video. Anyways, so what are your impressions on Fatal Frame 3?
Well, it's not the best in the series just because they keep slipping you in and out of the world, and the world where you're actually in the house is very, very slow.
Boy, and it's not very it's not very creepy.
And this is
Holy shit! Shoot!
What?
Nothing. Oh no! I thought my pally was banned, but he banned somebody else. Sorry, guys.
Thanks. Whoever blocked that. That was great.
No, that's my friend. Isn't Silent Hill 4 kind of like that?
Yeah, but Silent Hill 4 had some really creepy things that happened inside the apartment.
That's the problem. You do like half an hour of stuff in the scary room, and then it takes you out and you walk around this house, which is not scary at all. They haven't done anything scary in the house, so you have no reason to be
once
scared.
They start doing that,
called The Room?
No, that's Silent Hill 4. It's called The Room.
The room is kind of creepy because you're looking out of what the little holes in the doors.
Yeah, you look through
and
holes
it's like
and and you can see like weird
people
things
walking around
outside, but you can't get out and you can't communicate outside the room. That was pretty cool. And they also had little things like you'd hear things coming from inside your refrigerator, and you'd open it and there'd be nothing there, and
which is cool.
You'd see like bloody footprints appearing in the living room, and you're like, what the?
And there's that hole in the wall that we can look at your neighbor.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, and stuff is happening.
You see a little bunny sitting in the chair.
Oh
that
my
was
god.
Weird. But see, they haven't done anything like that in this one, but I think they're going to get to it eventually.
Yeah,
Because they said
so.
it starts to cross over eventually. You start to see some fucked up
Okay,
shit.
crossover's good.
But I think we gotta stick with it before we get to any more of those.
And I think the major difference, so it's the pacing that's a little off. I mean, you don't stay scared. In Fatal Frame 1, it's nonstop. You're in this house. It's creepy, and even when you're going to save points, you got people whispering at you, weird voices.
Yeah, and it feels kind of like in the third one, when it takes you outside, it's kind of like giving you a breather, but sometimes you don't really need a breather.
Yeah.
Not to mention, this is very text-based. There's a lot of reading you got to do in terms to get the backstory and all the files.
That's another thing I wanted to bring up. Nick plays a lot of survival horrors. He played through like
me,
all the
I'm not going to enjoy it as much if I don't.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you. But I'm saying I think this reflects on how people are, watching it at home, because these games are very story heavy, especially the Silent Hill series. So Nick likes to,
I want to try. I'm going to work this out before we do the next. I want to find a way where we don't have to stop in the middle of it to have it all reading and for us to read it and see whatever.
You don't like the idea, but I think if we read it in funny voices, people will.
Maybe we should put a poll
that's
to
an
decide
idea.
how they want us to do
Oh jeez.
the text portions of the game.
Another thing that Fatal Frame 3 has over the first one is you get to play a really hot chick with a very low cut top and a nice booty. Sold, right?
Yeah.
In the first one, you play
Why do you
this
think I bought it?
creepy-looking little girl who doesn't animate all that well. In this one, you play like a hottie, which is cool. But you also don't feel as scared because you're not some, scared little girl. You're like a hottie.
Well, she's a scared little hottie. But
she's not a scared hottie. She walks with like,
They've never really done much in terms of making the characters freak out, which is kind of weird considering there's a lot of fucked up shit.
Which is one thing. Eternal Darkness. We're putting on our next poll.
Okay.
Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem.
Are we ever going to get away from doing... I don't know why we kind of stuck with doing all these horror games, but...
Because they're cool to watch. Well,
but people probably think,
we do
we're
need to
play
kind of
this
get away
one.
with it.
Yeah.
I pumped in Doom 3.
You weren't impressed. I could tell.
I wasn't impressed, and I don't think it was all that fun to watch.
Do you think you would have been impressed if you had played it when it first came out?
Oh yeah, maybe. But I'm saying, like, maybe not. The game just kind of sucked.
I played through it when it first came out. I loved it when it first came out.
I mean, there's a lot of jumps and stuff, but I found the game like a little too frustrating and hard, maybe to be playing live.
I don't know what was wrong with you.
Kept running out of ammo. I was punching demons in it. That should not be possible.
He's like, fuck the story. Skip the cutscenes. Skip it. Shit. Skip it.
Well, Doom cannot have a good story.
And then he'd skip it, and then he'd be like, the first thing he said, all right, what do I do now? Like,
I did not get lost in that game. One freaking corridor, I knew where I was going.
You were a lost child in the first 10 minutes of that game.
Come on.
Don't deny it. And first of all,
a lost child.
I can say that it may not have the best story, but it had a good presentation.
I'm sorry, but
I'm a huge story guy.
But that's fine. But you don't have you're not weighing like one story versus another. I mean, whether it's a story in Final Fantasy 13 or the story in Turok, you're like, yes, a story.
Some story is deeper. I care more about the presentation of the story than how deep the story actually goes. Like Turok Evolution, horrible presentation. New Turok, a little bit better presentation. Even though the story
you like even like cheesy cutscene story. I mean, what about like the Half-Life style of like story presentation? That's the best, right?
I love the way, but not everyone's going to do that. But then Half-Life 2 almost got rid of cutscenes entirely, which kind of upset me.
Well, but no, I mean that's how it should be.
I don't like that.
That's like a Half-Life staple. I mean, they're the ones who
created
created
that. But
the story happens around you.
I know that's great, but that's not. I wouldn't want every single game.
Well, what if you were in the action? You're doing your action. All of a sudden, when you clear out some guys, you got to do a cutscene of just you talking to Alex. It wouldn't be as cool as you walking around or driving with her, chiming in every now and then. You know what I mean?
But I wouldn't want every single game, like not Half-Life, but every single game in general to do that.
Well, if maybe Squaresoft is doing the cutscenes, then I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, if Final Fantasy went to that form of storytelling, I'd stop playing Final Fantasy.
Well,
if Resident Evil did that, I'd stop playing.
What about Metal Gear Solid? Where they
if Metal Gear Solid did that, I'd stop playing Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid needs that. You're right.
Exactly.
It's funny too because when we went back to play, that's another thing we've been doing. David's in China right now, but last weekend we started playing through Metal Gear Solid 1, which was, interesting experience. It's pretty frustrating going back to the PlayStation 1 original, but it was cool because, I was like, oh, I love this game. But then at the same time I forgot, wow, there are a lot of cutscenes. And it's the first time that David had played through it, so we couldn't really skip them.
So, and first of all, I don't think we should be skipping cutscenes in general just because...
Well, we're not skipping cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid.
Okay. Second of all, what do you think... David's not here to give his impressions on this. What do you think David thinks of Metal Gear Solid 1? Because there was some...
I mean, the way he plays, he might seem really frustrated.
Stubborn bastard, that's all I'm saying. Stubborn.
Oh, you're talking about when he fought Ninja, dude?
Yes, stubborn bastard.
He fought Ninja and he refused to use chef grenades.
I kept telling... I was like, dude, do you want me to just tell you? Because I was on my phone with him. I was like, do you want me to just tell you how to do it? People are watching you play Ninja for 45 minutes.
I think he knew how to do it.
No. The other day when I was working with him, I go, why didn't you just do it? And he goes, I didn't know what to do. And I was like, I offered to tell you. And he goes, I didn't know what you were talking about.
He's bullshitting. He's bullshitting you, dude.
I can tell when David's bullshitting. He's not bullshitting.
He was bullshitting, man.
Oh, well, the point is, even if he's not bullshitting, that's even worse. Cause
whatever, but see, if he had fought Ninja the legit way, he wouldn't have... Is his name Ninja? Or am I just forgetting?
Gray Fox.
Yeah,
Ninja.
But you didn't know it was Gray Fox in the early on in that first fight. But anyways, if he had done it the real way, we wouldn't have gotten to that. We wouldn't have had that awesome highlight where he had thought he beat him.
Oh, that was and then he did the charging thing, and then
he exploded and it killed him.
He was like, "Yes, I've won!" And this little barrier comes around where he's screaming and yelling, where he's about to die.
It's funny because I walk off because I'm so tired of him fighting this fucking boss, and I yell something off in the background, and he's like, "Why didn't you fucking tell me?" It's like he exploded. He's like, "I don't know, because you don't want me to tell you shit, like the fucking chef grenades." I yell at him. Anyways,
that was the most ridiculous boss fight I've ever seen in my life. But
whatever, man. That's how he plays. Certain people are very driven to play a game a certain way.
Kind of like he's driven to play Mass Effect without upgrading anything.
Well, he upgrades to Mass Effect. The thing is he doesn't want to feel that he has to play differently just because we're broadcasting live. I mean, his reasoning is, well, this is how I'm going to play the game. If whether somebody's if nobody's watching me, so I don't want to not do it a certain way just because people are watching. So it might be kind of frustrating, but that's David and whatever.
That is David.
That is David. But let's move on. Oh yes, the JTV thing. One of the things I want to ask, and we'll interact with the chatters a little bit here. We want to create a new poll to just help decide what we're gonna play next. Maybe not next weekend because we'll probably still be playing Fatal Frame 3.
And Condemn 2.
And Condemn 2. So if y'all can just throw out in chat maybe a few ideas, we'll write them down.
They don't have to be horror games. They can be any kind of game.
Yeah, any kind of game that you really want to see us live. Hopefully we have it.
This would be a game that we play through entirely from beginning to end. So it needs... Oh, Manhunt.
Manhunt. Okay, just read off a few of them.
Super Metroid.
Super Metroid. That's a good idea. We'll take a...
We'll take a few.
Read them off. Manhunt. Manhunt could be interesting because the thing is you have to use the headset and they won't be able to hear what they say into the headset.
Yeah, we'd have to have someone... What was it?
Illusion of Gaia?
Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Did somebody really suggest...
we're not putting that on the poll. Bully, there we go.
Barbie Horse Adventure, that's a good one.
Oh my god.
Barbie Horse Adventures. If we put that on the poll, people are actually going to vote for it because they think they're funny.
Yeah.
So we're not going to put that on there.
Funny.
Super Metroid, we have another vote.
99 Drakes. What the hell is that?
That's like the worst Xbox game ever. We're going to put Silent Hill 2 on there.
Yeah,
because certain people were saying that last time that they kind of want to see
Galaxy.
that. Mario Galaxy, that's not a bad idea because I still need to play it, but that might be not something we play through together. Stuff that we could play through together that might be kind of fun to watch, sort of like Condemned was.
Yeah, I've already finished Galaxy, so I mean...
Yeah, something that... we got 99 Drakes.
Resistance? I never played through Resistance.
Resistance is a good idea.
Just because...
You know what we're going to put on there? We're going to put on Uncharted, because I still need to play that.
Put Uncharted, put it on Eternal Darkness, and just so you know, I'm not limited to putting 4 on there. I just chose 4 last time I put the poll up.
Alien Hominid.
Alien Hominid. Oh, wow.
That I don't know about.
That Lord of the Rings game.
Fucking Return to the King, right? Gandalf, you shall not pass move.
We've already played some Res HD. That's more of just a leisurely playing. Gears of War?
There was something I was thinking about. What was it?
I don't know. What were you thinking of?
Resident Evil.
We put Resident Evil Remake.
Assassin's Creed. I don't think that's going to be good. Mario Party, definitely not.
I played through
Halo 3, no.
No, wait.
Mario Party we should do as a drinking game and let them watch.
Oh, that might actually be a good idea.
Anybody listening to the podcast, we won't make this poll like right away. If, anybody listening to the podcast in like MP3 forum, if they put a comment when we post the MP3, we're gonna create a blog post. If you post comments for that post as to your ideas for what you want to go on the poll, we might look at that too.
And
Army of Two, we'll consider.
Bud has Chris, Buddha Chris. Okay, you can actually, if you want to see something scary, it's
Dragon Ball Z Budokai. You know, somebody was saying.
I didn't say Budokai.
Dragon Ball Z Bukake.
That's horrible.
Somebody said, I know some people recommending The Darkness and Riddick the other day.
We should put Fear on there because it almost won last time. So
Fear, okay, Fear.
And Budapest, if we're playing something kind of scary right now, playing Fatal Frame 3, if you haven't been listening, so you can subscribe. Right
Breakdown, that's going to be interesting. Have you ever played through Breakdown?
Never played it.
Fucking Japanese-made first-person shooter.
The Darkness, I already played through The Darkness. It's not fast enough or it's not decent enough to probably warrant.
Digimon World 4. That's definitely going on.
The Darkness did have a good story, I agree, but...
Oh, yeah, he's already beaten The Darkness.
It had some major flaws. You can actually read my full review on the site if you want, but...
You still own The Darkness? Because I've been hunting on
Yeah, I don't trade my games in unless they suck.
So, let me ask you something.
They have to really suck.
Do you still own Turok?
I hate you so much.
Is that a no?
I still own Turok.
Okay. all right. You know what? Warrior Smoothers. We're going to cut that short. We have enough on this list. We'll probably be able to pull
We'll be taking some more
ass.
suggestions. We're still recording the show, so...
More suggestions in the next couple of days of stuff we could play. Toe Monroe. All right. So one more thing we need to do say here on our JTV Spotlight is fucking Wednesday, man. Condemned 2.
Condemned 2. I almost
Bloodlust?
Today when I went to work, I was checking the computer and then I looked at...
Worried about that delay, huh?
It said... First of all, it was weird. It said, when I was in the Xbox 360 list, it said Condemned 2, March 18th. I was like, what the fuck? And then I went up to PS3 section, it said March 18th.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? I went back down to the Xbox 360 and it said March 11th.
Are you worried?
Yeah. I think the PS3 version will be delayed. The 361 should be right on schedule. I paid it off today. I have it ready. So I'm picking it up Wednesday. So we'll be...
Cool.
I'm not worried that it's going to be pushed back.
So what time are we going to be able to start on Wednesday?
I think I close that night, so after probably 10 o'clock.
Okay. At 10 o'clock on Wednesday night is the big event. I think the Condemned 1 playthrough was sort of a big hit. It was cool. It was exciting. It was something everybody would get into. Well, we were kind of playing that in anticipation of the sequel, which is coming out Wednesday. It hasn't gotten so many reviews now, but what it's gotten, maybe like 4 or 5 reviews, have been like 8s, and they were in the range of 8s, maybe a couple of 9s.
That's not bad. Devil May Cry usually get 8s, and those are great games.
Well, yeah, that's because they're like hard as shit.
Yeah.
But so I mean, hopefully it's going to be pretty good. I'm worried it might be a little bit too much like Saw and less like scary. But
well, we'll find out.
We'll find out. Everybody tune in. We're going to make a little event.
Do you know in that game, like, you were talking a lot about in Condemned 1, where he's like, apparently he's going to have a drinking problem in the sequel. Did you know you can actually, and one of the actions you can do in the game is drink and it makes your hands shake?
Really?
Yeah. Like,
why would you want your hands to shake?
Like when you're going to punch someone, your hands are like shake. Like,
that's pretty funny.
Like, it just
but shouldn't you be looser and like drunk?
I don't know if they put some mechanic in there where you have to like drink to keep your health up, because you're addicted or something, but it's probably like a side effect of the fact that you have to drink is that your hand will be shaking, so it makes it like more intense and visceral and brutal.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. I just,
Harachi.
What?
Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Harachi. No.
Heihachi? Mishima?
The guy from Mortal Kombat who does the drunken...
Oh, the fat guy?
Yeah.
I can't...
Which Mortal Kombat? I stopped at like 2.
That would be Deadly Alliance.
Oh.
I like that guy.
Also, Lei Wulong from the Tekken series has a drunken boxing series.
No idea.
And Brad Wong.
Bo Rai Cho. There we go. Thank you.
Bo Rai Cho.
Bo Rai Cho.
And Brad Wong from the shitty Dead or Alive series. Overrated crap. But let's move on. Yeah, so stay tuned for Condemned. We'll be playing more Fatal Frame 3. Maybe sometime this week, but probably not because of Condemned.
He says drinking steadies your aim in Condemned?
See, that makes sense. Like, he has to drink.
Okay, so that I got it backwards. So his hands don't start to shake when he hasn't drank.
Because he's scared.
Yeah. And he's addicted. He needs it. Right?
You don't shake because you haven't...
They move with it. They flow.
Alcoholics don't shake. I mean, they're not crack addicts.
When they're not drunk, they shake. Have you seen
Really?
in Las Vegas?
Okay, yeah. But that's when you're trying to go like cold turkey.
Yeah. But a robot from Futurama.
Like the robot from Futurama. he shakes when he hasn't like been drinking.
Bender.
All right. Let's This might be a short show.
That's fine. That's quite alright. I actually have a roommate who's waiting for me to challenge him at Brawl. So
I don't know. You weren't doing so hot today.
hey! I won 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Like I said, I suck at Super Smash. This is probably the first one that I can actually pit. I think it's in my characters, and I actually like Ike.
Okay. Well, another topic we usually do is shameful secrets.
Yes.
I had an idea for a shameful secret today.
I picked up Lost.
You picked up Lost. That's your shameful secret. It's only shameful to the other people on the podcast. Not shameful to you.
Hey,
you know you're participating in that shit.
This is a video game podcast. We gotta talk about a broad range of things.
Well, no, like,
and if y'all want to do it, I will.
Specifically in shameful secrets, what's the best game you've never beaten?
Best game I've never beaten.
Like a game that you absolutely love, that a lot of other people love, but you never actually finished.
Can I say besides Oblivion? Because I'm at Oblivion.
Well, besides Oblivion, I'm talking about something like big. Fucking nobody beats Oblivion. I mean, well, people beat it, but like you could spend hundreds of hours.
I would probably have to say right now, Knights of the Old Republic or Jade Empire.
Knights of the Old Republic. Did you ever get to the big twist in that? Which we're not spoiling.
I know what the twist is, but I never got to it.
Knights of the Republic or what?
Or Jade Empire, one of those Bioware games.
Jade Empire. Okay, well,
I love Jade Empire, but I haven't beaten it yet.
I never beat Jade Empire.
Which is why it's on my laundry list to do. So.
It's hard to do KOTOR without beating it, though, because so much like lies in the twist and the build-up to the end.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
But I'm going to go... I love... Mass Effect was so good that it's driven me to want to go play BioWare games again.
Yeah. So. Fucking, you want some good BioWare games? Go play the old school like Baldur's Gate series. If you want to see like deep story-driven games with a lot of like options and stuff.
I might do that.
I mean, that's a game where like you say the wrong shit and like party members will be like, you know what, fuck you, and just turn on you right then and there. You know, cool stuff like that. Like stuff like the kind of depth that you don't really see too much of in Mass Effect. I mean, Mass Effect's a great game. Don't get me wrong, but they sort of kind of been simplifying their RPGs like as they go. You know what I mean? Definitely. Which, you know, it's okay because they still make really good games. It's just, I think they're more adapting to the current, you know, what people want to see. Okay, this one's a little scary because when it's brought up, you know, I'm like, yeah, I love that game. It's great. It's one of my favorite. But I'm always real quiet about, like, the fact that I haven't actually beaten that last dungeon. That's Chrono Trigger, which is a big deal for me.
I've never even played Chrono Trigger.
Okay, well, that's just embarrassing. Leave.
Oh, man, that's...
No, but no, the reason it's bad for me is because I love RPGs. I played a ton of, like, Super Nintendo RPGs. I love Chrono Trigger. I played it multiple times. I loved, like, Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy V, and I moved into the PlayStation era, and I played, like, all those RPGs. And I respect it as a game. I know it's a great game. I absolutely love what I have played. I just kind of got to that final dungeon. Stopped.
Why?
Why? Do you want to know why? Because I was playing...
It's like I'm suddenly regretting this question.
Do you want to know why? Because at the time... Because I never beat it when I was young, when I had the Super Nintendo card. I have the Super Nintendo card still. I still have it. But when I actually played through it, it was on a ROM. Like, on an emulator on my PC.
Actually, I take it back. I have played Chrono Trigger and I did play it on ROM.
Yeah. My hard drive crashed when I was in that final dungeon. But it wasn't just, like, while I was playing. I had actually put it down for a long-ass time. So I still fought myself. But then I lost my hard drive, and I never went back to, like... I had played it again, but I never got all the way through it and finally beat the dungeon. So I have no idea what the ending is. Another game that is really good that I haven't beaten yet is Heavenly Sword.
Oh, God. Don't even start with I know what you're going to go into next.
That game is really cool because it has really cool characters. The cutscenes are very well acted. And you always hear people say that, and then people play the demo, and they're like, oh, well, it sucks. It's kind of like God of War. But, like, the presentation of the cutscenes are really, really cool. The characters are really, really cool. Andy Serkis, the guy who played Gollum in the Lord of the Rings series, plays the main boss in this game, and he's really animated. He's got like this crazy-ass personality.
He's a very cool character to watch.
Very cool, cool person to watch. And just the interaction between him and like the main female lead, it was cool because you play a female lead, but she's kind of like Kratos. She's like really a badass. She's a strong female lead.
So what do you think?
And she'll talk a lot of shit to the main bosses in these games, and it's just cool.
I put her in my... When we did our top 5 crushes, I put Naruto on my list.
She's just a really badass character. She's not like a traditional, like... She's just kind of...
What she does...
Scarred up, you know? She's more of a badass and less of a, like... A floozy, or not even a floozy, but somebody like Laura Croft, who's all, like, perfect and and I'm going to shoot my guns and grab this, raid this tomb, you know, and like, you know what I'm talking about, right? She's like a really badass. She's a really cool chick, you know, and you might see female leads, but they're not this badass. There's no like female Dante, if you know what I mean.
So, with that said, you need to beat that final boss.
Okay,
I know you hate the boss.
Here's the thing. I played all the way through this game in like 1 or 2 sittings, and I get to this final boss, and it's like the shittiest boss, like in the game, because the rest of the game has some pretty cool boss fights, like that big fat dude, or like the water chick, which is kind of bullshit because you can't evade the big tidal wave, which I don't understand. And you know, there's just some cool fights, and the reason I enjoyed this game so much is because playing as Kai was like, not only it was the only thing that separates from the God of War series, which is a blatant knockoff of, but I think it's cooler than anything that Nariko does, or even like Kratos does in God of War in terms of combat. There's lots of videos of me making a fool out of myself.
So you like the 6-axis control?
I love controlling these fucking arrows with the 6-axis control. You shoot it, and it doesn't make sense at all, but you control the arrow with the motion control. And I don't know if that comes across because I'm doing a direct feed in the videos, but once you shoot the arrow, you zoom in on the arrow, and you control where it's going to go with the 6-axis control.
Which is cool, because you can do it by just holding it with your fingertips
and
around, which is really cool.
And it's really cool, it's really sensitive, and like, you really kind of, you know, you start to really gain control of, I mean, you feel like you're getting better at it. You're like, it's a skill that's developing, it's not just kind of random every time. Which is really cool.
When you hit, it feels really good.
And those Kai scenes are awesome. And not only the fact that she shoots these arrows and you get to aim them, which is really cool. Because Nariko does that with shit too, right? Yeah. She can throw like dudes and like you aim them, which makes even less sense. But it's the fact that she's a character who has no like real like melee offense, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the only thing you could do is you got to find ways to position yourself to get yourself away from these enemies, which is really cool and it's really fun. And you're all flipping off the enemies, jumping around them, just trying to get away from them. And then you just got to get into a good position and start shooting these arrows. And it's always really intense because you know they keep coming for you. And if you keep missing these arrows, they keep getting closer and closer. And it's just really intense moments that I don't even know if they meant for these parts to be this cool. It seemed like, oh well, maybe we're just gonna make this cool like mini game just to kind of mix up the boring ass Nariko God of War like combat, but it ended up for me being like the highlight of the game, and that's why I'm not going to spoil. There's this one moment in the game where I was like, oh great, I guess well actually I'm not even going to hint at it, but it has a cool story. So watch it, play it, tell me about the ending because I'm never going to beat that final boss because it's a shit boss. It's a shit boss.
You're already 2/3 of the way through it. I know if you get on there now you'll beat him.
Do you want me to explain why this is a bad boss?
No, because I know what you're going to say.
You know why it's a bad boss.
I know, and I agree with you on every sense of why, but that's not why I put it in my top 5 boss fights.
Yes, because you like the epicness. Because the dudes fly up into the air when you run into them.
No.
Which is cool, but I'm saying in terms of mechanics, it's a bad boss fight.
Defend yourself, man.
I agree.
I think he knows I'm right in terms of mechanics.
I never said you were wrong.
Mash. You can dodge perfectly. You can evade perfectly. You can pull out of the stances perfectly. But at the end of the day, you're still going up to him and mashing on him. You don't get rewarded for like evading well because hitting him is so inconsistent. You might do a combo and it might hit him, or you might do a combo and it might miss him, and it doesn't really make much sense.
What, is it like a chore to you?
It's a fucking chore. And like the boss fight is long, it's boring, and it's tedious because it's only hard because he has a ton of life and he can take 1,000 times more hits than you. And I think that might be an actual number, 1,000 times more hits.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, but you're so close.
I'm so close. I do want to see the ending, but I have a feeling that I might YouTube it. Unless I get somebody here to beat the boss for me and I just watch.
I'll do it next time then, damn.
Really? Because sure. I wouldn't mind. Back in the day, I used to make my little brother do all the tedious shit in games. Like when I had to backtrack, where I had to grind in an RPG, I was like, here, don't you want to play now, Steven? And he was like, yeah, I want to play. And, little did he know, or I guess he didn't.
Little did he know, he was fucked.
He was kind of smart, but all he was doing was the senseless grinding it in games.
Alright, well then, tomorrow's my day off. I think I will practice that, and when I come over Wednesday, I'll freaking do it for you, jackass.
Yes! I get to see what happens in Nariko and Kai and all kinds of stuff. Well, let's move on.
By the way, first of all, we haven't posted our top 5 bosses on the MP3 version
yet.
We
haven't?
No, because freaking David wouldn't send me the MP3, so we will get that up as soon as freaking possible, hopefully tonight if we can
Do we even know how to pull this MP3 off?
No, David is the master of the mechanical stuff. So
mechanical. It's actually,
what quote's that from? What movie is that from?
Master of the mechanical stuff.
Master of
Because
disguise.
I am the master of the mechanical stuff.
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
No, not that. That's
I hate that movie.
But yeah, we'll get that up quick. I promise.
Well, what movie?
It's Wild Wild West.
Jesus, we're just spitting out like terrible movies
No,
here.
I like that. Oh, it was funny. Anyways.
Wait, you're a fan of Wild Wild West?
No, I like that. There's three parts.
Shameful secrets for next week.
Okay.
Terrible movies.
Because get the thing off my neck. You're the master of that mechanical stuff.
I don't get the joke.
I saw that once when it came
You gotta watch it. Have you seen it?
No, break it down for us, Nick.
God damn it.
Step by step, boys.
Step by
Screw
step.
you guys. Let's move on.
Get this thing off my neck. You're the master of the mechanical stuff.
Screw you guys. Let's move on.
So, like, he has the tools to remove the thing from his neck?
Yes, actually.
And this is funny because...
No, you gotta watch it because you gotta see the context that it's in.
The context. Is Will Smith, like, making a face like, I'm just trying to get up to my room.
No, they have this shit around their neck, and he's like, get this thing off my neck. Because you're the master of the mechanical stuff. And then he ends up trying to get it off, and he can't get it off, and he fucks up, and he ends up with his neck, like, or his face, like, attached to his belt because it's a magnetic thing on his neck. So he's like, looks like he's giving him...
I'm sure it's hilarious.
So, yeah, and he's like, he goes, oh, I can't do this because I'm the master of... Whatever.
So there's like an
Move
innuendo
on.
there?
Move on.
Something like that.
Moving on.
Bradley! God damn it.
Alright.
Got a beginning, middle, and end there.
Where are we anyways?
I don't know, where were we?
We were talking about
host.
Heavenly Sword crap. Boss crap.
And how I'm going to beat it for you because you're a pansy.
Okay, so when were we...
Someone wants you to do the clown.
There will be the return of the clown in Condemned 2. Not only because the clown is awesome. By the way, Mapali in chat, he came up with that. Praise him. I stole it from him. But whatever, he didn't copyright that shit. The thing is there's actually a clown in Condemned 2.
No,
from what I hear.
I think it's a multiplayer character or something. I don't know if you actually see him in the game, but I've seen him. There's a concept art of a clown-looking character.
Oh my god.
Sharp teeth.
So, yes.
Yeah.
There will be clown noises until we meet the actual clown, and then you'll just be hearing screams from me. But, you know what? Let's wrap this up. Usually what we do to conclude is we talk about some of the things that we're looking forward to in the coming months, or just, the year or whatever. So, first of all, let's do Aaron. Anything you're excited about? Besides... I mean, what are you going to buy for your GameCube?
Not GameCube. If I beat Brawl by the end of the week, I'm just gonna sell it. To be quite honest, I'm not even gonna pick up a Wii. If I get all the stages and all the characters and satisfied with as much trophies as I get, so I don't think I'll get them all by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna sell Smash Bros for as much money as I could get from someone before they walk into GameStop. And then I'm not even gonna buy a Wii. Save me some money.
Go back to playing Melee.
Go back to playing just Melee. Screw it. But, if I don't, then I'll probably keep it, see what I can do with it, see if it's more in-depth than what I actually think it is, give it more credit than I think. Maybe pick up a Wii, play it. Then maybe, I'll pick up Ghostbusters or something.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah!
Oh, God. Well, what else is coming out for the Wii this year? You're not a Mario Kart guy?
I actually reserved Mario Kart today.
Did you also reserve God of War 3?
I did reserve God of War 3 just because...
When's it coming out?
June. No. See, I reserved...
June of 09?
Yeah, I just rolled...
Probably going to be delayed.
I know. I rolled it over when I picked up the change
It's okay. GameSpot can buy a standee with your $5.
$50, yeah.
Or wait, you put $50 down?
No, I put 5. What are you, nuts?
Well, still, they're going to be able to buy a standee with your $5.
I don't give a crap.
Mario Kart, I beat Double Dash like
I
2 days.
I reserved Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 3 was started for me.
You're not a big Mario Kart guy?
Oh yeah, I love that. The only reason I think I played through the GameCube version was because my roommate at the time picked up and we beat it co-op. We beat it in like 2 days.
To be completely honest, like me and David, we're not Mario Kart fans, and there's a good chance that we're just not gonna have a copy. So you might have to buy it if you want to get your Mario Kart on.
Yeah, I think someone wants to buy your copy of Brawl. So
maybe
y'all can figure that out.
Send us a message.
But
we need the money first. Anyways,
$50, man.
So what about you, Nick? What are some?
No tax.
Let's see.
Besides Condemned, Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Central. That's East Coast 11, West Coast 8.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. First of all, someone's asking a lot if we played Army of Two, and none of us have.
We're probably not going to pick up Army of Two. I hear it's short.
It's very short. It's
and
not getting very good reviews if you play it. Like it's one of those games you have to play co-op, or it's not fun at all. it's doing surprisingly well. Like we had like.
It's because EA knows how to market a game.
I know. I mean, it's just. I mean, yeah, it's true. But I mean, the fact that they pushed it back because it sucked a couple months ago hasn't stopped anybody from coming in looking for it. It's kind of ridiculous.
That's interesting. Great. EA is gonna spend more resources on more army of games. I swear to God, the sequel. I know for
Army
sure.
of 3.
The sequel will be Army of 3 with 3-player co-op. I promise. That's it. I'm willing to bet.
Write it down.
I'm willing to bet nothing on this.
Travis, which is one of the other guys y'all have not even met yet.
Travis is in chat?
No, but he has played Frontline. Someone's asking about Frontline.
Oh, Frontline's Full of War? I think he came over.
Did y'all broadcast it?
No, we didn't broadcast it, but he came over before the podcast last week, but he had to go for like an emergency or whatever. He was playing Frontlines for the first time. He just bought it, and like right before he left, he was like,
"Yeah, I sold it to him." He comes back in an hour later. He comes in like 3 hours later. He's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Frontline." He goes, "Yeah," and he goes, "Totally not worth it."
I hear it runs like shit online on the 360.
Wow, that's terrible. But speaking of things that run shitty on the 360, the Wii, I mean the 360 version of Bully is apparently full of bugs.
But I hear they're going to be patching it this week.
Yeah, they'll be patching it up.
That's something I'm looking forward to because I'm not going to buy it right now for $50. Just because I can't tell myself to get the $50 version when there's like a $20 version out for the PS2.
Yeah.
So, but you know, so what else, Mike? What are you looking forward to this month?
I'm picking up Dark Sector on the 26th. Along
Dark
with
Sector?
Dark Sector for the PS3, and I'm picking up...
You said Sector.
I did. Dark Sector.
No!
Oh, shit. I'm picking up Dark Sector on the 26th, along with Final Fantasy Crisis Core.
That was the best Liam Neeson I've ever heard.
Liam Neeson? What the hell are you talking about? You want to know why PS3? Because I fucking hate Microsoft right now. And not to mention, I just don't want to have to worry about buying a game, and then I'm getting all excited about it, running home, popping it in my 360 with glee and excitement, and then turning it on and giving the Red Ring of Death.
Dude, send that shit back now.
I know, I will, but that's the point. It's happened to me twice now. So the PS3.
I'm just frustrated because I hear a lot of people caving, like Cheap ED from Cheap Ass Gamers. Yeah. I mean, he does his own podcast, and I listen to the CADcast sometime. And he has a lot of like money or credit from like plays or whatever, so I think he just gets his stuff from there. But the thing is like, it seems like every time his 360 dies, he's like, oh, well, I'll just get a new one. And it seems like he never like sends it back. And I find that frustrating because, you're still investing a lot of money in a new console, which you shouldn't have to pay for, because it's their fault. They've admitted it's their fault, but people are too, like, they don't want to wait.
I've had people come in and buy, I've had one guy bought like 2 or 3 360s. Every time this breaks, he will not send it back because he does not want to be without his 360 for a month.
That's just
and at some point, I'm going to be the same way because I don't want to be like, I really don't want to, like, if I'm really excited about playing a game, like, see, I've started Elder Scrolls 6 times, and every single time I get to a certain point, I stop. Yesterday was the day I wanted to start it and really get into it, and I started it, and first thing I see, Red Ring of Death. But I still play it for 2 hours after that, but I don't know if I'm going to go home tonight, turn it on, and it's going to happen to me again.
What's with this whack consumer culture, man? Back in the old PS2 days when we were kids, or, in college.
When we were kids, a couple years ago.
Well, when we got disc readers, man, we sent that shit and we waited that month, No going out to buy new PS2s.
Yeah.
Those were the old days. Or when our PS1 fucked up.
Now that I don't have plenty to play, I can find something else to play.
Back when our PS1 fucked up, we played that shit upside down, man. Both ways. Or something. Yeah, you could turn the PS1 upside down and run better.
Okay.
I'm just saying, what happened to blowing the cartridges? Let's just buy a new $400 console.
Anyways, so big ones for this month: Dark Sector, Crisis Core, and then April, obviously.
Crisis Core?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII RPG for PSP.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm going to be buying that too.
Okay. And then April, I'm going to be picking up apparently Mario Kart if it does come out in April, and then Grand Theft Auto 4 at the end of the month, obviously for the PS3. And I think that's all I'm getting in April.
No, well, I don't even know what's coming out in April. So, but me, I'm looking forward to what?
Someone wants to get a Woot for Tekken 6.
Woot for Tekken 6? Hell yeah! Of course, they nerfed Julia to like shit dumb.
Can I get a Woot?
Seriously, they fucking raped Julia, and she's my main. So I'm upset, and I'm gonna have to pick up somebody new.
Someone says, "Can you turn the 360 upside down to make it run better?"
Yes,
I think that'll make it die. Actually.
It's not a Sony product. Damn it! See, I'm not even a Sony fanboy. It's David. It's David. He drove me to this.
What are you looking forward to, Brad?
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles on the DS. I hear it's pretty good. Comes out next week.
Okay.
I'm wondering though, is anybody else going to pick this up?
I'm going to pick it up eventually.
Because I want to play multiplayer.
I'm not going to pick it up day one, probably.
Is it online multiplayer?
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe we'll play that. The thing
Maybe
is,
I will pick it up.
I wish we had a way of broadcasting like we can do with the PSP.
Oh, man.
That sucks. But I'm going to play that. I'm kind of excited about it. You know, it didn't really work on the GameCube too much just because of certain mechanics like carrying the pot or having to use a bunch of Game Boy Advances, which nobody had.
My roommate bought Crystal Chronicles for the GameCube a couple weeks ago, and he came home, my other roommate was in there, and he was like, Chad was like, Chris, get right here, we're going to play Crystal Chronicles in about an hour. And he's like, oh, okay, what's that? And he goes, don't worry, it's fun. He goes, okay. He goes, I just hear him go, don't worry, Chris, you're carrying the pot. And he's like, sweet. And like, he has no idea what's going to go on.
Oh, the fucking pot. And he doesn't mean reefer.
Aaron's like,
because that would be cool. Like if you're the guy, like a game, you have to be the guy that carries. Sorry. Sorry.
No comment.
Okay. I'm looking forward to Crystal Chronicles.
What the hell? Someone says you can cook an egg on the 360's motor.
Yes, it's hot. He's just saying it's hot. Pay attention here, Nick. What I'm trying to say is I'm looking forward to Lost Odyssey. I haven't picked it up, but I've been hearing a lot of good things. Like it's a really good Japanese RPG. At least a decent. I mean, it's good. It might not be great, but it's good. And there hasn't been a good Japanese RPG in a while. You know, so far I talked about it last week, but kind of all the Japanese RPGs that have kind of hit the 360 at this point have been kind of mediocre at best. You know,
true.
If it's called Enchanted Arms, it's been shit. But you know, Blue Dragon and Eternal Sonata have been kind of mediocre at best, from what I understand.
Yeah, I like the Eternal Sonata. I like it better than Blue Dragon, that's for sure.
Yes,
but I was actually pretty impressed with Lost Odyssey the other night when we played it.
I'm excited about Lost Odyssey.
But
that's the thing.
Another 4 discs. Why can't it just be 3 discs?
I'm probably only going to buy one 360 game this month, and I want to know, should I get Lost Odyssey? The Odyssey, damn it.
What?
I said Lost Odyssey. Or Vegas 2.
Oh, wow, crap.
I don't know. See, there's my Japanese love of RPGs geekness, and then there's I want to play a damn good multiplayer game that everybody else is going to be playing, you know?
Yeah, that's how I feel about bro.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what to do. I could just say, fuck all y'all and get Lost Odyssey, but I do want to play Vegas. I
have several votes for Vegas.
Yeah, everybody's saying Vegas too because, you know, but I mean that's the more popular game. Obviously, that's what people are going to say. But I have to make a choice. I don't know. I'm kind of jonesing for some. I kind of want to have that juxtaposition of like Lost Odyssey versus Oblivion. You know, the very traditional Japanese RPG with the traditional like Western RPG.
Just do what I do.
Buy them both.
Buy them both.
Yes. Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to buy either. Actually, I'm probably going to buy Vegas too.
I don't know. I'm leaning towards Vegas too because I know a lot of people who are going to want to play. I can play that shit live and people can own me live. But it seems like every time I go live where I'm playing a multiplayer game, anytime I play a multiplayer game, I think my stream lags the game. I don't know. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does.
So,
I mean, it's trying to do both at the same time.
I don't know. We'll see. But I'll still play online. But I'm a little worried about Vegas, though. It came out a little quick.
Yeah, it's snuck up on me for sure. I didn't even know it was coming out next week until
I'm worried.
2 days ago.
I'm worried that's gonna be like a Grawl 2, like they didn't change enough, you know.
But Grawl 2 did pretty well, didn't it? I mean,
like in terms of sales, sure, I guess. But like a lot of the critics were saying, you know, they should have waited more. That it should have been more different. It felt more like an expansion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't want Vegas 2 to be like that in terms of the multiplayer. So that's pretty much it in terms of stuff I'm excited about. So
alrighty.
We'll end it there. Thanks for listening, guys. This has been episode 53 of 4Player Podcast. To download this show, the guys have been listening on JTV. This sounds okay, you know, I guess live through JTV, but our MP3 format sounds a lot better in terms of audio quality. If you scroll down underneath the chat window, you'll see our blog or blog link. Damn you! Why am I a slave to the chat room?
Oh my god. They're not doing Sean Connery.
You mean you're Liam Neeson?
No, it's not Liam Neeson.
Well, just as close to Liam Neeson as Sean Connery.
Losers always whine about doing
God damn it! No!
Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
You need to learn another quote.
I know, that's the best one though, seriously. So.
Right underneath the chat window is a link to our blog site. We update with whatever information, just whether we're commenting on news or we have, certain projects going like our video game cleanup and stuff like that. Go to our site, find out about it. I posted independent. I do an independent game spotlight every week. I posted mine today if you want to check that out. But that's where our poll's going to be, and that's where you're going to be able to download the MP3 version of our podcast. You could also go to iTunes. Our podcast is on there, 4Player Podcast.
Yeah, just search. You can either type it out or write it, the number 4, and it should pop up there. You can subscribe that way too. So
check it out. Anything else? We have to plug any other way they can get our show? Or
did you say www.4playerpodcast?
Yeah, well, the blog link right underneath, or www.4playerpodcast.com, spelled out or the number.
I can't do Christopher Walken. I'm sorry.
Yes, no Christopher Walken. Anyways, thanks for joining us. That's all for today. Stick around. We might be playing something. Maybe I know Nick's got to go.
I got to go fight my roommate at Brawl.
I'm gonna pop something in. Definitely not Fatal Frame. But anyways, that's all, folks.
Oh yeah, and thank you, Aaron, for sticking.
Thanks, Aaron, for sticking around for this very.
You could have gone if you wanted to.
And let's see how we stop this. Thanks, guys.